There's a theory floating around the internet that some famous people might have traveled through time, and let me tell you, the evidence they show will seriously make you do a double take. Could these celebrities have actually invented a time machine? Stick around because I guarantee you'll be blown away by what I'm about to reveal. Today we're diving into celebrities who look just like people from the past, so make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. Johnny Depp is finally making a comeback to acting after being cleared by the courts. Over the years, he's brought us some truly iconic characters in pop culture, like Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and many more. But what if I told you Johnny Depp might actually be someone's great-great-grandfather? Yep, a Reddit user named Mojastone14 posted an old photograph that sent the internet into a frenzy because the person in the photo looks exactly like the Hollywood star. At first, a lot of people thought it was just a photoshopped image of Johnny, but the user insisted it's the only picture their family has of their great-great-grandfather. Unfortunately, not much is known about the person who posted the photo or where they're from. Someone seriously needs to track this guy down and do a DNA test with Johnny Depp already. That's the only way we'll get a definitive answer. Nicolas Cage is known for saying yes to literally any movie role, but when you see this image, you might think it's just another one of his many movie roles. But nope, don't be fooled. This is actually a photo of a man from Tennessee taken around 1870. His name has been lost to history, but we do know he fought in the American Civil War. The resemblance between the two is seriously uncanny. The owner of the photo insists it's 100% authentic, no edits, no tricks, and that they found it in an old photo album full of 19th century portraits. Oh, and get this, the owner even put the photo up for sale on eBay for a cool $1 million. So did Nicolas Cage invent a time machine? When you think of Keanu Reeves, you probably think of Neo from The Matrix. But what if I told you his role in that movie wasn't a coincidence? Even though his birth certificate says he was born in 1964, some people are convinced he's actually over 400 years old. Crazy, right? Or maybe he figured out how to time travel. The dude looks identical to so many historical figures, like this Italian painter named Parmigianino who painted a self-portrait in the 16th century. I mean, what are the odds someone from centuries ago would look this much like Keanu? But wait, there's more. Keanu has another historical doppelganger, this time from the 20th century. Enter Paul Mounet, a French actor who lived over 100 years ago. They're seriously twins. This whole thing got so big that when Keanu went on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy showed him the pictures and asked him about the time travel rumors. And what did Keanu do? He just laughed it off like it was nothing. What's wild is that all of these past versions of him were in the arts too. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll see another Keanu Reeves, this time as a singer, a TikToker. Who knows? If you're a fan of The Lord of the Rings, then you definitely know Orlando Bloom, the British actor who played Legolas in the trilogy and even appeared in The Hobbit. Orlando was born in 1977, but it looks like he might have taken a little trip back in time. Enter Nicolae Grigorescu, a Romanian painter born in 1838. This photo of Nicolae was taken in 1860, and not only do their faces look exactly alike, but even the haircut matches one that Orlando had for a while. What kind of sorcery is this? If this isn't time travel, then we might have just uncovered a vampire. Another actor who seems to have taken a little trip to the past is John Travolta, who was apparently photographed in the late 19th century. Travolta is a global superstar, famous for movies like the classic Saturday Night Fever and Pulp Fiction, which gave us one of the most iconic memes in recent years. But thanks to an eBay seller, Travolta might also be remembered as a time traveler. This photo, taken around the 1870s, was listed for sale. Dude, just look at the features of this 19th century guy. He's so Travolta. If you want this picture for your collection, all you need is $50,000. The seller couldn't identify who the man in the picture was, which only makes the whole thing even more suspicious. But wait, it doesn't stop there. In 2014, another person posted a story saying they visited a friend's house and spotted a photo in a frame. The moment they saw it, they realized their friend's grandmother looked just like John Travolta too. Could these photos prove reincarnation, or did Travolta borrow Marty McFly's DeLorean for a quick trip to the past? Eddie Murphy was one of the biggest comedians of the 90s and 2000s. Oh, and let's not forget, he was the voice of Donkey in Shrek. He was born in the early 60s and is now 61 years old, but there's a photo that might prove this isn't his first time here on Earth. The resemblance between Eddie and this incredibly dapper man from 200 years ago is insane. It's literally the same person, right down to the mustache. The identity of the man in the hat is a mystery, but some speculate he lived in the US, just like Eddie Murphy. What's even funnier is that Eddie starred in the movie Life, set in the 1920s, and seeing him in those vintage outfits only makes it harder to shake off the idea that he might have actually time traveled. Is Eddie Murphy hiding a time machine from us? When we talk about time travel, we usually think about big jumps between the past and the present, but what if two versions of the same person lived in the same era? This might be the case with Jennifer Lawrence, who looks eerily similar to a young Helen Mirren. The twist? Helen Mirren is still alive, so what's really going on here? One of the most convincing photos shows Helen in a black and white movie back when Jennifer wasn't even close to being born. In 2013, during an interview, Jennifer was asked about her striking resemblance to the veteran actress. She brushed it off like she didn't want to get into it, which only made fans even more suspicious. There's a wild internet theory that Helen Mirren wants to stay an actress forever and creates clones of herself every 50 years. Personally, I don't buy it. But hey, let's keep an eye out for another Helen Jennifer lookalike in the next few decades. Daniel Radcliffe will always be our Harry Potter. Between 2001 and 2011, he starred in all 8 movies of the franchise, and of course made enough money to set up his future generations for life. The Harry Potter fan base is massive, but maybe Daniel isn't just a wizard on screen. He might have been caught time traveling a few times too. One of the most famous examples is a school photo of a little girl who looks just like Daniel, especially in his Harry Potter days, thanks to the glasses. And it doesn't stop there. In the 1940s, a photo of a marching band at a US military academy looks like even more proof. There's a guy in the band who's basically Daniel Radcliffe, with glasses and all. And then there's this portrait of a serious-looking woman who not only resembles Daniel, but also has the same signature round glasses. If this theory is true, it suggests that time travelers might also be able to change genders. Who knows how these advanced technologies work, right? Enzo Ferrari, the founder of one of the most prestigious car manufacturers in history, was born in 1898 and passed away in August 1988, living exactly 90 years. But wait, why does his face look so familiar? Oh, right, maybe because it reminds you of someone on Germany's national soccer team. In October 1988, just 2 months after Ferrari passed away, German soccer player Mesut Ozil, known for his time with Real Madrid and Arsenal, was born. When you look at these two, it's hard not to wonder if they're somehow related, right? Spoiler alert, they're not. The timing of Ferrari's death and Ozil's birth, paired with their uncanny resemblance, has sparked theories that Ozil might be some kind of reincarnation of the legendary Italian entrepreneur. What's interesting here is that most of the people we've talked about so far on this list were artists with historical doppelgangers who were also artists. But in this case, both Ozil and Ferrari are involved in sports. One in soccer, the other in motorsports. My brain's officially glitched out. Let's keep an eye out to see if any Ferrari-verse clones show up in volleyball or basketball. Queen Latifah started out as a rapper but gained mainstream fame through her acting in comedy films and TV shows. And of course, internet sleuths had to find a historical twin for her. Many believe she bears a striking resemblance to Zora Neale Hurston, an African-American author born in Alabama in 1891. Okay, I'll admit, they do kind of look like they could be mother and daughter, but the truth is, they're not related. At least they both share a love for stylish hats. Could this be evidence of time travel? Honestly, I think sometimes we all need to log off the internet and go outside for some fresh air. Back in 2013, a seemingly random photo became became a global internet sensation. It showed a group of men in Harlem, one of New York City's most iconic neighborhoods. The thing is, one of those men looks exactly like Jay-Z, you know, the legendary rapper and Beyonce's husband. But here's the catch. The photo was taken in 1939, 30 years before Jay-Z was even born in 1969. This image is part of the archives at the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture, a public library collection that preserves historic photos of NYC for academic purposes. Apparently, someone working on a project stumbled upon the photo, noticed the resemblance, and thought, could they actually be the same person? What really makes me wonder is that both Jay-Z and this historical twin are native New Yorkers. Coincidence? Check out this photo from 1870. Does it remind you of anyone? How about Justin Timberlake? Seriously, this 19th century dude looks exactly like JT. It's freaky. The photo is of a young man from Liverpool, England, who worked as a miner. His last name was Burns, and that's about all we know about him. Believe it or not, this guy was only 19 years old in the photo, even though the hard life of a worker made him look way older. This photo was actually taken as part of a police identification process because Burns had been arrested and sentenced to 3 months in jail. Meanwhile, Justin Timberlake, now 41, is living the high life compared to poor Mr. Burns at 19. Could it be possible that Mr. Burns from 1870 had such a rough life that he decided to reincarnate as a pop star to enjoy the good life? I don't know, but maybe I should stop watching the Matrix movies so much. Jimmy Fallon is a talk show host known for being hilarious and interviewing big celebrities. But what if I told you that before his hosting days, Jimmy had a life in Turkey and went by the name Mahir Kyan? Okay, not really, but he could've. Seriously, looking at them side by side, it's like someone just slapped a fake mustache on Jimmy Fallon. The resemblance is crazy. Officially, Mahir Kyan, a Turkish revolutionary, died at the young age of 26 in 1972, just 2 years before Jimmy Fallon was born. And this proximity in dates? Always so suspicious. When you see a digitally colorized version of Mahir's photo, the resemblance gets even stronger. Could it be that sometimes the Matrix glitches and nearly identical people are born in different eras? If you love this wild theory about celebrities possibly traveling through time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The internet's most mysterious and mind-blowing stories are always right here.